on this news we have today, Nintendo and Miyamoto still wants to reinvent the controller. So, Nintendo has had a history with controllers in games. So, they started out with the D-pad, which they originally had on their little LCD games. And then they brought that to a little pad for the Famicom or
NES.
The NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. So, they revolutionized how people hold controllers with the buttons on the right-hand side and the controller, the D-pad on the left. Even if you're left-handed. I don't know how they play, man.
They've done it.
They've been doing it.
They also innovated the analog.
Well, we'll get into that. So, after a bunch of other companies copied, they never could get the D-pad correct. Not quite like Nintendo did. Not with the cross. The cross D-pad was pretty much the best way to do it.
That's true.
And no one's really gotten it right since. Just ask the Xbox 360 controller. So, that's not the way to do it.
The Elite controller.
That's still not the way to do a D-pad. So, Nintendo's been messing up on D-pads. But they also, with the Nintendo 64, revolutionized analog. They weren't the first to do it, obviously. But they revolutionized how we interact.
Saturn.
No, they weren't the first to do it either.
Nice.
But
Nintendo
they weren't the first to do it analog.
Who was the first?
No, man. Other companies. No.
Nah,
analog
man.
controllers from
Nah,
the
it's
arcade.
Nintendo.
Saturn did that
Nintendo.
shit first.
Nintendo with
Atari.
the analog.
Listen.
I like how we all said different things. Everyone said different things.
No.
A joystick, an analog joystick. From
Analog
way
joystick.
back before even Atari, there was analog joysticks. So they did not make an analog controller.
But you can't put your thumb on a control on an arcade stick.
Let me finish. So they revolutionized it on a Nintendo 64 with an analog controller that you do control with your thumb. So
Okay.
First home console analog.
don't be spreading out false information. You
Who
know the
had
comments-
the first?
Listen,
Who had the first thumb home console analog if it
Not
wasn't
them.
Nintendo?
Not
Who? 3DO? I
They'll
can't
tell
hear.
us-
Where
listen.
are they?
Saturn had it, dude.
you need to chill.
Saturday was before the fucking N64.
No.
The Knights and the Dreams controller. That was
Nights
before.
in the dreams.
The Nights and the Dreams.
The Knights and the Dreams.
Listen, in the comments they're gonna blast you for saying the wrong
Did
information.
you
so.
say?
That's okay.
I don't know
The
what-
Knights and the
The Knights and the
Knights and
Dreams.
the
Dude, that's the gift. The Knights and the
So
dreams.
it's this guy. Blast this guy in the comments.
Well, whatever.
So
Educate me.
with the Wii U, they came out with the nunchuck and the movable motion control.
That's the Wii, man, not the Wii U.
Wii. You can still use it with the Wii U.
Yeah,
But
you
on the Wii, yes, it originated on the Wii. The motion control. Every other company tried to copy with that also. Was not as successful as the Wii, obviously. Because of bowling. Bowling was dope.
But you exploited though, so I don't think it was.
There's I don't exploit it. You ever watch online?
saw
Perfect
it.
games constantly. I don't exploit it. It's a fun
exploit
game. So,
Cheater.
shut up. So, with that, what do you think? Because after that, they went back to regular D-pads and regular buttons with the controllers on the Switch.
Regular buttons.
But I mean, not what you prefer. I mean, obviously, we
They
prefer
went-
the correct way to play.
They
is
went with
the-
literal buttons on the fucking Joy-Con.
Yes,
Switch.
I know they went back to.
So
some
I'm like,
buttons,
however,
but they innovated with having motion control still on that, and you can switch one player to two players, and there's so many different ways to play a Switch.
Which is awesome.
However,
They're
with
doing.
the original Nintendo, that was like a throwback to like the original.
Yeah.
The
little pad.
Game and Watch.
Yeah.
That was a throwback. That's what the buttons are.
But
Down liver.
let me ask you this then.
Excuse me.
Bless
Sorry.
But let me ask you this then. What do you think Nintendo has in mind? Because they said, Miyamoto said that, I can quote him here real quick, because that's what I do. We quote these people. So, well, first we look for it. So they said, Nintendo is not satisfied. At the same time, I also believe that we should quickly graduate from the current controller, and we're attempting all kinds of things. So he said, our objective is to achieve an interface that surpasses the current controller, where the player does not, where what the player does is directly reflected on the screen. So what do you think that means? Because they've done a lot of stuff with controllers, and they do try weird stuff with controllers. And the last thing they did was with the Labo, they have you connect all of that stuff onto each part of your body, like the robot one, and you can move your legs to move the legs and your arms to move the arms. And from what he's saying here, he wants your body to control the movement on the screen, but they haven't yet to achieve it. But like I said, they're trying that.
You
They
mean
have-
the Connect? Let me stop.
Not the Connect. No.
It does the same thing. You
Not
can just
the
move your head.
Kinect.
Be
But
like,
They said that none of that
Connect
stuff
2.0.
worked. They said none of that stuff worked. So obviously there were ways to try it, and it didn't work out correct because people don't want to stand up and move like that.
No.
But they said they tried all kinds of motion controllers, but they don't work for all people. Obviously, if you're sitting down, you're not going to control like you're standing up, and people don't want to stand up all the time when they're playing.
Okay.
But as a choice, if they came out with something and had, because they said they're working on VR, and they said they're working on motion control still, and different ways to play. And they said they're recently in this report that they had with their shareholders, they also said that their internet stuff is not so far behind either. I mean, like, Nintendo, stop lying to these people, because your internet is not like every other company, not even close.
eShop.
And their VR is not close to any other company that's pushing VR. But they say that they're working on all this stuff. So what if they integrated all of this stuff into their next form of play, which is obviously stuff that we're not thinking of because they're trying to change the way we're thinking and playing games as the future.
Possible.
So it's possible that they might have something that connects to your body and controls the movement.
It's going to be like a glove, like a thing that you put on.
Oh, like the power glove?
Yeah, it's going to be something like that. 2 hands.
Yes, 2 power gloves. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You hear it here first.
It's going to be very thin.
Turbo 857.
Put it right there. It's like, it's going to be cool. Yo, Nintendo, I would love if Breath of the Wild 2, man, I can control the freaking sword with the Joy-Cons. Let's start with that.
They've done it before.
Get that going with Skyward Sword. Let's bring it back. Start slashing.
They've done it before.
Hop out the Labo.
They want new stuff.
Yeah, that like already happened.
What, the Labo?
No, they're
Labo
talking about
happened,
new ways to control the game. So we're trying to think of what could possibly be what they're doing.
I mean, me personally, I don't care what they're doing because I don't care for that stuff.
But this is the future.
I don't care about the future. As long as the alternative is retro and I could play the games that I like the way I want to play them, and you don't eliminate that, that's all I care about. Come
What
out,
if they
whatever.
take that away, though?
If they take it away, I'm gonna have a beef.
I'm
going to have. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have a beef.
You might.
If I can't play the games like Fire Emblem, Stay of Decay, other games like that the way I want to play them. If there's no option and you eliminate it with some hand bullshit,
that's what I want to say.
you eliminate it with some hand bullshit that forces me.
What if it works, though?
No.
Doesn't matter.
It forces me to do shit that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
That's when you fucked up. You gotta give people an option because not everybody is going to just because it's new.
What if you could do
does
this?
Not wait. If just because it's new does not mean it's for everybody.
Give you an example. And I agree with you 100%. Give you an example. My older brother, we're 10 years apart, older than me, right? He stopped playing video games. Hardcore gamer. Way older, right? Stopped playing video games because there were too many buttons.
That's Chris.
A lot of people have.
That's our brother.
Yeah, our brother did the same.
A lot of people have. Oh, I
He's the
forgot.
same age. He's the same age.
Yes.
He stopped playing after the Genesis.
I forgot.
I got the Super Nintendo. Let me finish. I got the Super Nintendo. I was like, yo, I got the Super Nintendo. You want to play?
No.
He's looking at the top buttons, the L and R.
Fuck that.
And he's looking at he's like,
Not about that life.
and he just gave up. He's like,
that
no.
life.
He's like, what is this? This is like, no. 3 buttons?
But the thing
That's
is,
it.
to add to that, the thing is that that people making like stuff for the future, they have to understand the essence of gaming.
Yes,
like a lot of those people from the beginning are still playing games like that feel of the old school way of playing games. Like sometimes 2 buttons, 3 buttons, fine, whatever. I'll fuck with a Switch controller, that's cool. But if you're trying to force me, you're forcing me to play a State of Decay game where you have the pad over here to move and the buttons to shoot and stuff. You're making me do this and shit. Like I'm pissed.
Right.
That's terrible.
Same thing with
you can't do that. Make it an option.
I want to
Make it an option.
I want to add also. Same thing with VR. I love Tetris. Tetris is my favorite fucking game ever.
Yeah.
I love it on everything.
There's an
right?
option.
I play it on PS4. Will I ever play it in VR? No.
Well,
I don't have any desire to play it on VR.
Let me add to this.
But I have the option to play it with the
Option
regular
is
controller.
always
Sorry,
perfect.
That's it.
So, I mean, to add before, Nintendo did revolutionize also with the top buttons, L and R.
Yep.
But what if, obviously, you're thinking the normal old school way to play games by the buttons.
Okay.
They're not taking that away. So
Good.
that's
That's
still
it.
an option.
And that's fine.
And those types of games that you play like that, you play.
And as long as
As what they might be doing with this, though, future-wise, is if they did have control where your whole body controls it, but it's a different type of game. I'm saying you're not going to play Mario Brothers side-scrolling when you got to jump and stuff. It's going to be a different game that you could never imagine playing with the
Yeah,
button.
that's fine. Yeah.
So if they give you the option and look into the future and give you that, and that's the new way to play
like
games,
it's an alternative or something.
and it's just
new.
a way to push the media.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just don't eliminate.
But you're not gonna play like Ikari Warriors where I gotta move like
or
this and
Smash
shoot.
Brothers.
and
I know
Smash
Like
Brothers.
we've been playing the past 5 Smash Brothers or 4 Smash Brothers
With the
games,
GameCube
and you're
controller.
gonna make me do shit.
That's
You know,
why
like-
people. That's why there's a GameCube controller still for the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't get like. It's funny because we were talking about controllers before. It's like N64. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst controllers, but I fucked with it. But GameCube, I fucked with it. Like there's some people like who are used to what they're used to.
Yep.
And you can't get rid of it.
But the reason why people are so against the change is because the way that we've interacted with games, and since they have tried to change stuff like that, it never worked.
I know what it is.
So if they come out with something that works and it's fun, and it doesn't tire you to death,
Yo,
then it'll be. Yeah.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I just thought of it now. Holy shit. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Yo, they're going to make mind control. You're going to control it with your mind. You don't have to do shit. You're going to be like this.
Black Mirror.
Like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I don't want that at
As
all.
long as it's not.
I don't want that at all.
I'm just fucking with you.
Listen, as long as it's not striking vipers, I'm all right.
You're going to
If
feel
it's
the pain.
fighting vipers, then yeah.
Hey,
check out.
You're gonna-
Chuck would know that, but he's not
It's
here.
gonna be the gloves, but you're gonna have like an analog to play with.
No, they're gonna-
games. You got buttons over here.
It's
on
possible.
They're gonna give you a syringe,
It's possible.
and you're gonna inject it into you, and it's gonna go through your bloodstream, and you're gonna become the. No, I'm sorry.
That's a generation after.
Your eyeballs gonna flip like.
After we're gone, they'll have some shit like that.
That's
I
the
want
Nintendo
Wow.
after the next.
Yeah,
You're thinking
yeah.
too far right now.
Well, hey, man.